Today we're going to show you how to set up your MyFitnessPal app. Later on you'll also receive another video which will talk you through how to link your MyFitnessPal and your MyPT Hub, which you can see on the left hand screen of my phone, together so that all the information pulls through. But let's get started on setting up your MyFitnessPal. So you've downloaded the app, and upon downloading you would have also put in your email and set yourself up as a user. So you can see that at the moment I'm here as a user, and then I'm going to go in to the bottom right hand corner of the app and I'm going to select more. So the home screen looks very much like this, and then I'm going to go to the very bottom on the right hand side and select the more section. From here I'm going to want to enter my details of the amount of macros and calories that I'm going to be working to. So we're going to then scroll down here, and you'll see that at the very towards the top, 3 down underneath workout routines, there's a section called goals. We're going to select that section there, and you would have put in your height, your starting weight. It would prompt you for a request of why you're training. So you could say that for initially you're going to be training for fat loss, and when you set up the app for the first time, the app itself will suggest your calories, but we're going to override that and put in the calories that Nikki and I give you that we feel will most are going to get you to your goal. So from here we're going to select under the nutrition goals the calorie, carbs, protein and fat goals. So go ahead and select that, and you'll see that there's a list of each of those macros here available for you to change. You're going to select the calories. From there, you're going to put in the amount of calories that Nikki and I have given you. So say it's 1800, and you're going to press on the blue tick. Then it's going to say we've updated your meal goals to fit your new daily goals. That's fine. You'll also see towards the right hand side of the screen underneath your calorie number that there is a percentage. And Nick and I will also have given you this, or we will have given you an amount of grams. So go ahead and collect and select here the percentages that you're going to work to. So for example, it might be 40, 35 and 25. It always needs to add up to 100%. And then once you've got that 100% showing green, you can tick the box. And now everything should be updated. So you'll also see it will be towards the closest grams. Sometimes if you're putting in percentages, it won't quite be exactly the same to where we would have given you if it is a gram amount. If you have the Prime version of this app, you can select it to the very gram. But if not, I was just erring towards as close as possible, and I would always go slightly above on the protein. So from there, we're going to come back out of that section, and we're going to go back to the home screen. Now we're going to just give it a quick refresh, and then you can see along the very top that everything has now synchronized again. We're going to now show you how to log your food. So we're going to go to the very bottom of the screen and we're going to select diary. Now, as you start to use this app more and more, it will save your favorite foods. What I don't want you to do is to add in your exercise calories. So if you look along the top of the screen, there's an opportunity when you set it up to add in your exercise. We don't want to do this. So we want to make sure that you don't add in this. So we don't want any steps, and we don't want any exercise added. From here, we're going to add in our first food group. So for breakfast, I'm going to add in, as you can see, there's already a number of foods that I have been using myself. I'm going to search for porridge oats. And then once we search, you'll notice that lots of different porridge oats will come up. So now I'm going to search, and then I'm going to press search. We want to always select, as much as possible, the food with the green tick. Now anybody can enter any information about foods on this app here. I could add it in and I could put completely false information. The ones that have the green tick are verified for the nutritional value, and it's a correct amount, as in calories, the grams, and then the further details into the macros. So we're going to select the top one with the green tick, and we know that that's 50 grams of oats, and it's showing at 185 calories if you were to click on it, and then it goes to a further breakdown into carbs, fats and protein. Now, I might not have 50 grams of oats that day, so then I'm going to go in and I'm going to change the value. So it would often give you this selection. If you are maybe having 30, you would select the 1 gram, and then from there you would put 30 in here, and then we click out, and then at the very top on the right hand side there's a tick, so we're going to tick that. And then at the bottom you saw that it said the food was logged. Now I'm going to continue to add on here because I also want to add things like my milk. So I personally use almond milk. So I'm going to add in my almond milk. And then again, we're going to be looking for that green tick. You can also search and scan barcodes, which I'll go into in a minute. So we're going to add in the almond milk from the slightly further one down. So there we go, unsweetened almond milk. I don't have a cup. I know that I had around half a cup. So I'm going to put 0.5, and that's going to sit around half a cup of milk. From there, I'm also going to add in blueberries because I had blueberries with it. And it sometimes does say correct on it. You can also always check the nutritional value against a label when you're putting this information in. So you can see that I've already put 0.25%, but I know that I actually had about half a pack of those. So it was about 50 grams. I'm going to put that in as well. So if we just come back out of that and we go back to our diary, you'll see that along the top, there is now 1,466 calories. So far, my breakfast is 334 calories. And then if you were to hold your phone onto the side view, it would actually break it down even further for you to the amount of porridge and what your carbohydrates, your fats and your protein along with sugars are as well. Again, if you want to delete anything, you can just flip the phone back up and you can swipe over towards the left and that'll delete it. And then it's quite easy to just replace and add in another food. So as you would do that, you would slowly scan all the way through your food and you would add in each part of your meal. Now, say that I had a protein bar or something on the run and I needed to scan that and it wasn't showing up in MyFitnessPal. What I'm going to go to is snacks. And then I'm going to go into a barcode scanner. So you can see along the top, there's an option to scan your barcode. It's really easy and really quick. So then we're going to go into that section. We're going to scan the barcode and up comes that food. I know that I can have a quick reference check to make sure that that is reflective of what the actual food is, as in mainly the portion size is what would come up incorrect sometimes on these. So we're going to scan that. I'm going to say, yes, I've absolutely had that. It's delicious, actually. If you ever like a protein bar, that one's a good recommendation. The barbells ones are quite low in sugar and they're high in protein. So then as you go down, and we want to just have a look to make sure that we're getting a good spread of food. If you were to click at the very bottom on the nutrition section, and then you have calories, nutrients and macros along the top. I love to look at the pie chart personally. It gives me a good guide of where I am on my day. I always recommend putting your food in prior to the start of your day and not doing it as you go along, because what happens is if you're doing it as you go along, what you'll find out is about lunchtime you're like, oh no, I haven't hit my protein goal, what am I going to eat? Whereas if you prepare a few days in advance and you know roughly what you're going to have, you know that you're going to hit that goal and you're not going to be flapping around looking for last minute snacks at 9 o'clock at night to try and fulfill your goal. What I also will say is tracking does take a little bit of time to get used to. Don't panic at all, and if you get stuck you can always ask us. But this wheel is a good reflection of so far where I am through the day. So you can see that quite a lot of my pie chart is taken up by carbohydrates. That would have been my porridge in the morning, and there was very little protein in that porridge apart from a little bit in my milk. So then I had my protein bar. Obviously I haven't logged my lunch and I haven't logged my dinner yet, and I haven't also logged any other snacks. So I know that to get my goal of 35% on the protein, I need to eat something slightly higher in protein and then also bring up a little bit on my fats. And then as I do that, the wheel will shift and the percentage. So let's go and have a look at that now. So then say I am going to now put in my lunch, and I had a chicken breast. And all of your meat should be logged raw. Unless sometimes it's meat, mince, in which case you could then look to also add it in maybe as a cooked value, but then you'd need to make sure that you search for that. So I am going to add in my chicken breast. I have one breast, and that's going to go in there. And alongside that, I had a salad. So I would say log your salad only really if it's got lots of carrots and root vegetable type things in. If it's just a basic leafy salad, you could log it, but to be honest, there's such minimal value of calories in it. And I'll often buy the leafy salad bag, so I would then add that in. And then as you see that your protein will have changed, as we scroll back down, you can see there's a lot more of an even split now. Now we know that we also have 1,000 calories left for the rest of the day. So this is why it's important to then start to add in the other foods that you're going to have. So I might have steak for dinner. Possibly a rump steak. I know that it's over 100 grams. It's about 200 grams, the ones that I buy. So I'm going to add that in. And then I might have new potatoes with that. And just remember, this app is only as good as the information you're putting in it. So I'm going to have about 100 grams of new potatoes. That's probably only 2 to 3 potatoes. And then I might also have broccoli. I really like the tender stem broccoli with that, but I will have a look at what's coming up. And as you see, the more you use these things, the easier it is to log, because it comes up nice and quickly. So let's go back to our diary. So you can see I've still got 500 calories left along the top. Again, the wheel is even more split towards our bias of where we want to be. So just continue to do this, and you can add in your water should you feel that you would like to. Once you've hit your daily calories, from there you're going to scroll down and you're going to complete your diary entry. Once you've done that, the information will then take through. Please ignore the gross picture. It will take through to the MyFitnessPal app that we use, and then we will be able to see that data coming through.